Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm going to do a review on the BabyTrend Expedition 2-in-1 Plus Stroller Wagon today. I did an unboxing for this recently, and so I'll go ahead and I'll link that in the description if you want to check it out first. I'm just going to go ahead and work my way from the back to the front and let you know some of the features that I liked, some of the things that I wasn't as crazy about, maybe some improvements that I think could be made. So I'll just start right here with the handlebar. One, this is not extendable, so if you are either very short or very tall, or you have a family member that'll be using it, this is not ideal. You could end up kicking the basket or kicking the brake, as some people commonly experience. So this would be great if it was adjustable. Another thing is that it's not covered. So if you live somewhere very hot, or if you're using this very often for a long period of time, this could just become a sweat trap for you. It collects little lint and things, so you could buy something separately to cover it, or if it doesn't bother you, that's fine, but for me, not crazy about that. I'm hit or miss on this parent console. I like it because it was included, and I think that that's a really great feature. I don't think I would use it regularly. I have other consoles that I prefer, just because this one is a little bit flimsy for my tastes. Maybe it doesn't have as many pockets. So it depends on your preferences, but for me, this is not my go-to parent console. The basket, I think, is great. I was not sure how I'd feel about this basket, but honestly, the fact that it can go from the back to the front very easily, and you can do the function where it flips to the inside if you'd prefer that, is great for getting it out of the way if you have long legs, so you won't be kicking it. And I think that that's actually a really, really great feature. So I do enjoy this basket, definitely. The brake system I'm not as fond of. It is not what we would call flip-flop friendly. So it's easy to push down, but it has these hard plastic pieces that you have to dig your foot in to push it up when you want to release the brake, and that is not comfortable for anybody that doesn't have a covered foot or a boot on or something. So I don't think that this is the best brake system, but it's all right. Then moving forward, I guess I would go to the canopy. The canopy, I like the feature that it has the mosquito net installed inside on either side. I think that's really handy. So many times you're trying to rush out the door, you don't think of, let me grab all these accessories. So the fact that it's built in and you don't have to worry about it being left behind is great. I love that. The thing that I'm not crazy about is that if you're like me and you have more than one child, if it's raining, you have to pick a kid. Who gets covered? Who doesn't get sunburned? I don't think that that's great. So I think maybe aesthetically this is a cool looking canopy. For functionality, I don't understand it, but it could be worse. Another thing that I noticed about this is, even if you're riding like I do with my big kid in the back over the big tires and my small kid over the front tires, I would not recommend this for going up curbs or anything heavy duty like that if you're using it in stroller mode, because I've noticed that the first time I tried to go up the curb with my kids, it started to do this. So the frame was automatically impacted, so I wouldn't try and do anything too crazy with this. If you need to go up a curb, maybe go to the front and lift it up, or find a ramp or something like that, or maybe just use it in the wagon mode and pull it by the handlebar. But this frame doesn't hold up as well as I would like to kind of simple things like the curb, so just to be aware of that. A feature that I do like are these pockets here. I think this is great if you're going on a long outing, you're going to the zoo or something like that, and you need to have more compartments for drinks. I think that that's great. You don't have to have extra bags attached to it or whatever like that. It's built-in storage, and that's fantastic. Another thing that I will note is that this is the Target version of this stroller wagon. The Bye Bye Baby version of this has compartments built on the inside, and I think that that is awesome, because that way you have more storage, but you also have storage for the kids to be able to reach even if you have the mosquito net engaged. So if the mosquito net comes down this way, they will not be able to access these pockets. But if they have the pockets available to them on the inside, you can put snacks there, you can put cups there, in addition to the snack tray. So I think that that's a really great option on the other model of this. So just keep that in mind. I think another thing that I will note is that these front tires do not lock into place. So if you are like me and you have an older child that will be riding as well, and they need to climb in, you can lock the back tires and that will help. But if they're trying to climb in, these front tires are just going to be swiveling the whole time. And unless you're able to hold it in place like I am, this is going to be troublesome. My son had a hard time getting in, so that's something to consider as well. And on that note, if you can see here, this little tiny peg is a little silver peg right here is used to get off these front tires, and that makes disassembling this actually a little bit tricky. I tried a few times when I was putting together the stroller wagon just to get comfortable with it and see how it is, and I would not do this often if I could avoid it. Assembling this baby was not that comfortable. There were a few times where you could definitely pinch yourself, hurt your fingers, something like that. So user-friendly wise, putting this together was not the best. It could be improved, but yeah, that little peg on the front tires is not very easy to use. So that would kind of discourage me from trying to take the tires off very easily. The back ones are fine. Next, I will move to the accessories. This is one thing that I thought was awesome to be included. This is a changer for me, a game changer. I thought, oh, you can use it in the wagon mode, or you can use it kind of like in a stroller, like to sit up for your baby. Especially because my baby, I thought, well, these walls are a little bit taller than I'm used to, so maybe this padding will help him to see over the sidewall a little bit better. And it was a mess. The 3-point harness is not great. I've never used a stroller with a 3-point harness before, and now that I have, I wouldn't do it again. Using it in conjunction with this was even worse. It eats up a lot of the material of the harness, so it actually is very tight when you put it on a baby. And for me, it didn't give him very much support. He was just leaned over up against the wall the whole time, and it was kind of miserable. So yeah, this is not my favorite. I will not be using this portion of it again. The snack tray is pretty standard. Very easy to use, take on and off. I think it's pretty good for if you have a tablet or something there. The cup holders are nice and deep. However, if you do have a child with longer legs, if they're older and they want to fold them up, this would be a little bit problematic. So something to think about, but I think it's a good tray. And the final accessory that I will comment on is the infant car seat adapter. I actually really love this. I think that this is a fantastic add-on, a great feature to have included. It changes a lot of things for parents that have a little baby and a toddler or an older child, because a lot of times the stroller wagons don't come with these, so they don't even have these as an option. So the fact that this came with it is actually, and it's really user-friendly. This is great. I really think that this is a good feature. So that's going to be my review. Let me know if you think I went a little too thorough on this. I'm a little bit of a stroller geek, so I like to think about all the different, technicalities and the functions of each thing. But, if there's anything else that you noticed, or maybe if you have one of these and you have a different experience, you like, something about it that I didn't mention, please let me know. Just tell me in the comments and I'll check it out. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention, actually. I don't know how I forgot this. This is one of my favorite parts about it, is this handlebar here for the wagon mode. I think that this is amazing. This is actually the best thing that they accomplished on the whole thing. This is so different from anything else on the market. You can pull it out really easily. It is the hideaway feature, so it's really out of the way. And when you use it and you pull it up, you can adjust it to different heights, which I think is amazing because you can't do that on the front. On the stroller portion of it, you can't do that. So this way it's so much more comfortable, especially if you're pulling behind you, your shoulder's not gonna get strained. You can be comfortable. So this is awesome. I got to use this on sand. I tested it out on a couple of different terrains, and I think it makes a really big difference, especially if you're going through deeper sand, softer sand. Being able to maybe kind of lift a little bit if you need to get through those thicker parts or the deeper parts is really great. So I'm glad I remembered to mention that. But please let me know if you enjoyed this review, and follow my channel if you want to see any other reviews or comparisons. I'm going to be doing individual reviews of this stroller wagon and the Even Flow wagon, as well as an unboxing for that one. And after that, I'm going to be doing a comparison between this one, the Pronto stroller, and the Even Flow wagon. So keep on the lookout for that. And if you want to see it, please follow my channel. And I'll see you next time.